Hello, this is Brian Inuma with Strategic Systems Group, experts in enterprise resource planning. This presentation is being made in conjunction with the South Bay Chambers of Commerce and the Microsoft Community Connections Program. With me today I have Mr. Eric Klaus from Partner Source Solutions, Steve Jones from Bond Consulting Services, and Eddie Bader from Company Built. So we're going to go through a quick panel discussion. 3 topics for today: sales and marketing, social media marketing, and productivity tools. So first up is Eric Klaus. So Eric, I have a question that pertains to social media, sales and marketing, and it's about CRM. So what is the first step in setting up a customer relationship management system in a small business?
The first step I would look at is to really analyze what the organizational goal for the CRM solution is. Is it to capture more leads? Is it to drive better revenue? You know, what are they really trying to accomplish? What is the vision for CRM in the organization? And what workflows can we try and optimize for the organization? And I guess related to that, do they actually have processes and workflows already, or is that something that we need to work with them to try and help establish? So there are definitely some kind of initial steps that I would look at in the deployment of a CRM solution. Also, you know, what technologies are they using today that we can potentially either tie into or engage with from an integration standpoint?
That's a very good answer. So I guess in a sense of choosing a CRM application, would you first suggest that the business kind of go through that thought process about objectives first?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that there is a critical piece there of analysis that needs to take place before they get to the stage of picking a CRM solution. And part of that also dovetails into the fact that there are vertical solutions for some industries that are relevant as well. So those are things that I look at from a CRM standpoint. You know, for example, in the automotive industry or automotive dealers, there are vertical CRM solutions for that space. So if a client happened to be in that particular market, I would want to look at a solution that's vertical to that space. Real estate, a similar solution. So depending upon, again, depending upon the needs of the organization, the industry they're in, it may be either necessary or beneficial to explore vertical solutions and look at those rather than going with an off-the-shelf generic product.
All right, terrific. All right, thanks, Eric. I know you have a tight time frame. Let's switch gears a little bit to social media marketing, and I have a question that pertains to Facebook. So, Steve, what is one tip that you would give to a small business that's just starting out to utilize Facebook for their business?
I would say the biggest thing is to understand who your customer is. That might seem like it's a simple thing, but if you don't know who they are, then you're not going to be able to communicate with them on Facebook, and you're not going to be able to communicate them and target them through Facebook advertising. So the biggest thing is just to start to think about them, start to write down what demographics they face, and just even actually pick up the phone and call them and ask them about them. Ask them about who are the decision makers, what age are they, you know, what's their background, what's their knowledge base, that kind of stuff. Because as soon as you start to know that, it might be a little bit different than what you thought it was.
Very good. Now, you mentioned advertising just now about Facebook. So at what stage would a small company, a small business, consider Facebook advertising?
At what stage?
At what stage?
I would say right away. I mean, Facebook advertising can be done in, I say there's 2 different ways to do Facebook advertising. The first is just to create awareness of who you are as a company or an organization, or maybe an event you're doing where you can just sell who you are or the event and create awareness around that, when it is going to be, what it's going to entail, and you can target different demographics around that. And then the second is actually selling product or selling services directly through it. So if you know who your customer is and you can figure out how to target them on Facebook, you can deliver specific ads straight for them. And, you know, at the end of the day, everyone uses Facebook, even C-levels.
Very good. Okay, terrific. Then let's move forward one step to productivity. I have a question that pertains to OneNote. So, Eddie, what is Microsoft OneNote, and how can a small business utilize it?
Well, the easiest way to think of OneNote is like a digital notebook, or a digital 3-ring binder, I should say. And within that binder, you have several tabs that you can keep track of different aspects. You can use one workbook per client, or you can use one workbook per project. I think the best thing that I like about that is that when you're working in OneNote, whatever you do, whatever you set up within that structure, you can easily share. You don't have to go outside, you don't have to put it in a different file share system. You can just send an invitation to that particular tab or to the particular 3-ring binder that you're working in, and you want other people to be a part of that. You can send them an invitation, and they only have access to the parts they were invited to share with you. So I think that actually helps get work done. Professionally, we use it all the time, especially when we're sharing resources. If we have presentations or documentation that we utilize amongst a group of peers that aren't necessarily within the same company, it ends up being a very useful tool without all having to have access into one another's server or file system.
Very good. So the notion of collaboration, is there some kind of cloud solution to facilitate collaboration amongst peers?
There are several. SharePoint is one of them. You can also use Microsoft OneDrive. Google has Google Drive, which works very similarly. They all kind of, for the most part, they all kind of work the same, where there's space in the cloud. You create like a file system similar to what you'd find on your local machine, but you can assign access at the folder level or the file level, and you can manage read-write permissions as well. So let's say you're presenting something to a client and you want them to see a proposal that you're working on, or see some piece of work that you've done that you're working on, but you don't want them to make any changes to it. You can set those permissions, give them access to either the file or the folder that contains multiple files about that project, and you can let them, again, you can let them either read or read and edit. I find that to be extremely useful, and it helps reduce the number of actual contacts that you have to have. Oftentimes when you're working on a project, a client will want updates about where things are. If you use this as a resource for them to go out there and look at the information that you posted, then it reduces the number of times that you actually have to get on a phone or set up a meeting just to do a quick update. And I think that helps get actually more work done.
All right, terrific. So this concludes our panel discussion for today. There's a survey URL up on the screen. If you have a chance, please respond to that survey and then tell us how this was. Thank you all for your time, gentlemen. You have a great day.
Thanks, Brian.